Let's go across the Panama Canal together. It is an amazing engineering achievement that is worth visiting. And if you don't have time to go there yourself, maybe this vlog will be enough. Hello everyone, welcome to another vlog about a seaman's life. Thank you for taking the time to be here with me while I'm going across the Panama Canal. This is situated in the Panama country, which is a Central American country, and we are crossing from the Atlantic to the Pacific. We were loading in New Orleans and we are discharging in Guatemala. Let me tell you a few words about the Panama Canal. Anyway, if you want to go in depth, you can find more information on Wikipedia. But this canal was built, actually they start building it in 1880. The French had this idea, but they ran across many problems, especially disease like yellow fever and malaria, and of course mudslides. So they gave up on the projects. But then in 1900s the Americans came and they continued this project, and they finished it in 1914 and they gave it in use. This is an amazing engineering achievement for the whole humanity, not only for the Americans or the Panama country or the Panama government. This is absolutely critical for the navigation these days. If we are either talking about passenger ships or commercial fleet, everybody is using this canal. You are crossing by schedule, and they are scheduled the ship by tonnage. Of course, passenger ships have priority, but you can get on the priority list with a commercial vessel if you are paying enough. Of course, everything these days, it's about money. And when I was crossing this for the first time in 2016, the cargo was not in a rush to be discharged, and we stayed in Anchorage near Cristobal about 16 days. But during this voyage, the company did not want to stay at Anchorage such a long time, because you have to pay the crew, you have to pay the fuel, and there are a lot of expenses if you are staying a long time in Anchor. So we only stayed for about 4 days. That was great for us, because when you are staying in Anchorage for a very long time, life gets very boring. And we prefer to have a voyage or go across some new place. I have been, like I said, in the Panama Canal before, but this is the first time that I am recording it with a good camera. This is a GoPro 10. It is good enough for what I am trying to achieve here. I hope you can agree. If you have never been here before, I hope this vlog will be enough to satisfy your curiosity. Maybe you have heard from other seamen who have crossed this canal about the Panama Canal, and now I am glad to show you my perspective. I have tried to catch all the possible angles to show you almost everything. So like I said at the beginning of the video, we were crossing from the Atlantic to the Pacific side. The Panama Canal works on locks. You have 4 locks in the Atlantic and 3 locks on the Pacific side. On top, because you are going up from the Atlantic, there are some artificial lakes, and that is the water that they are using to fill these locks so they can move the ships. And of course, you are seeing those small mechanical automotives on the left and on the right of the vessel. Those are used to pull the vessel. The main engine is working. It's on dead slow, that is the maximum speed that is allowed, but there is nobody on the wheel. It is not allowed. Of course, whenever you are crossing the Panama Canal, you will have a pilot. That is the regulation, and the ships must comply. That is another expense for the vessel, besides the fee that you have to pay to cross the canal, but there is no way around it. If the company does not want to go across the Panama Canal, maybe your company does not want to pay that kind of money, then another option, you have to go all the way down in the Magellan Strait, which is the southernmost point of the Latin America, of South America. I will give you an example. If you were to go from New York to San Francisco in the US, and you will go through the Magellan Strait and not through the Panama Canal, then you will have to go about 22,000 kilometers. That is roughly the distance that you will have to go with your vessel. But if the company decides that they want to pay the fee to cross the Panama Canal, then the same distance from New York to San Francisco will be about 9,000 kilometers. That is a lot of savings for the fuel, for the cruise, accommodation, salary, and so on. So of course, all the vessels and all the companies prefer to go across the Panama Canal. And as you can see, there are many things to enjoy here. If you are on a passenger vessel, you will have more time to enjoy the view. We are on a commercial vessel here, and I am an electrical officer, so I am on standby while we are going across this Panama Canal. The crossing itself is about 3 hours in the Atlantic on the 4 locks. You have another 6-7 hours on the lake, and then another 3 hours going down from the lakes to the Pacific Ocean. So that's roughly maybe 12 hours of standby for me as an officer and for other engineers, and of course the bridge crew. But like I said, if you are on a passenger vessel, you will enjoy this very much. There is nothing for you to do, just sit back and relax with a cocktail. But still, I had enough time to make a few recordings for my personal collection and for you guys. As you can see, the canal itself is very narrow. I mean, you can jump on the shore if you like. Most likely you will get arrested for doing that. That is illegal, but nobody will stop you. If you have money to waste and you want to go to jail for a few hours, then be my guest. As you can see, people are working very hard. the ship is going in dead slow speed and you have to be very careful. Of course, people here have been working for years, they have a lot of experience, but even so there are still accidents happening and people get hurt all the time. Before you are crossing the Panama Canal, you will get the Panama crew on board. You will see them all over my recordings while you are watching this vlog. They are dressed in white usually, or they have the yellow helmets, and those guys are assisting those automotives to put the ropes on the vessel so they can pull it. Of course, they have to pay great attention to that fact. You can have an accident if you are not careful with your hands. It will be off in just a few seconds. So if you are on board the vessel, do not go near the ropes when those guys are assisting the trains. Don't go there, it is very dangerous. One of those ropes can break and you will die instantly. Those guys are paid, they are trained to do this, so leave them alone, let them do their job. It is always fun to come here. As you can see on your left side, this is a special building for tourists. You will see as we are getting closer, people out there taking photos, videos, and they are even waving at us, at the crew. Those can be local people or tourists. You pay a ticket fee and you can come here and see this engineering achievement and see the vessels that are crossing the canal, and you can have a good time for a few hours with your family or yourself. I suppose if you are coming here one time, that will be enough, but even so, it is something to have on your bucket list. Trust me when I'm telling you, it is a great place to visit, and it is an achievement for the whole humanity, and it's worth having a look with your own eyes, not on the internet. Depending where you are coming from, it will be a very expensive flight. If you are coming from Europe like I am, then I hope this vlog will be enough for you so you don't have to waste your money. The crew here is on standby. You will see some of the crew members near me while I'm recording. We are working, but enjoying the view as well. It's not all fun and games, but it's not working non-stop also. You see, the guys are enjoying themselves. They are waving at the tourists over there. We were not lucky enough to have a sunny day, but in my experience, most of the times when I have been in this area, it is raining all the time. It is a tropical area and you have to deal with this. But you still have a few breaks between the showers. I did not care. I was planning to record all our crossing even if the weather was bad. Luckily, as you can see, we had a little bit of break, so you can enjoy the view together. This is a place where you can make new friends. I was telling you earlier that whenever you are crossing the canal, you will have the Panama crew coming on board to assist the trains that are pulling the vessel, and those guys will sell you some souvenirs most of the time. they have those wall magnets, a SIM card, which is crucial, I should say, for any seafarer, because the crossing, like I said, is about 12 hours, but sometimes after you are crossing the first locks, you have to wait a little bit on the lake before you cross the other locks. Like I said, it depends on the schedule, if the company is paying for priority, and so on. And it happens to stay for a few hours, maybe a full day on the lakes. And if you are having a SIM card, you will enjoy your time more, you know. Even in this century, in these days, the internet on board is not so great. It is nothing like you have home. So we are forced to buy SIM cards wherever we are going all over the world. And it's good to have some information about your family, then you can stay at ease. When you are traveling the world for many months, you get worried sometimes what is happening back home. And whenever we get some SIM cards or some free internet, then we can speak with our family and see what is happening, if they are well and they are still eagerly waiting for us. When you are so far away from your family, there is nothing much you can do. Maybe wire them, transfer them some money in their account, and that's about it. You just pray that they are in good health until you are coming back home to see them. And that was our crossing through the Panama Canal. Now we have already reached Balboa, and the ship was scheduled for a bunkering operation. Now on the right side you are seeing the Panama crew, which are disembarking, because they will join the next vessel that is coming from the Pacific Ocean to the Atlantic Ocean. These guys are working on a schedule and they are boarding the vessels all day long. And that was our adventure in the Panama Canal. If you have additional questions, I wait for you in the comment section down below. I hope this vlog was useful. I hope it satisfied your curiosity. If you have ever wondered how the Panama Canal looks like from the inside. If you have enjoyed it, don't forget to hit that like button. It helps a lot and it's free. And if you are not subscribed already to the channel, maybe you want to subscribe. I will keep posting interesting stuff from the vessel about the seaman's life. Sometimes I have interview with the crew. Sometimes it's something technical. I will talk about a machinery, an electrical equipment, whatever I am doing maintenance on. And sometimes it's something fun like this one. Thank you very much for your attention, and I hope to see you next time on my channel. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.